Hey everybody, this is my video for my final arts-based research project. So this is my final project. I'll just tell you a little bit about the process. So first we had to go through all of our lessons, the KPTP, and our reflections and cut out really important or meaningful things to us. And then we glued them all over our canvas, and I thought that was a really great step, and just to reflect over all of the meaningful things that we've learned and be able to put them all on there. So I had things like the objectives and the post and pre-assessments and different games that the kids really enjoyed, or different games that or activities that the kids didn't enjoy, and just a whole variety of stuff on here. And then so we did that all the first day, and then I was just really anxious about what we were going to do with the paint, and so I had to wait until Thursday. And then we came in on Thursday, and she had us fast write just everything that we'd learned in that class that was important. And so one of the things that I wrote several things that were really important that I learned throughout the class, but one of the most important was caring about your students is the most important thing. And so I glued that one right there, and then I glued some of the other ones underneath the black. And then so we glued all those on, and after that she had us connect lines. Mrs. Broman had us connect lines, paint lines between the different pieces of paper that were glued on our canvas that connected. And my painted lines were really awful, and that just drove me crazy because it wasn't orderly or it didn't look good at all. So at that point I started getting frustrated, and yeah, I wasn't enjoying it. And then she had us circle 3 of the most important things on our board, and at that point I was like, I don't know, it's all important. And so I did circle 3 things, and I do think that these are really important to me, but I also did it like while I was frustrated. So but like I said earlier, I circled caring about your students is the most important, because I truly believe that you have to care about your students before you even begin to teach them. And then I circled adapt to every learner, because in my tutoring I had all different levels of readers. I had proficient readers, and I'm not sure why they were in my tutoring session, and then I had really struggling readers. And so just being able to adapt my lessons and my activities and my games, and just seeing the growth through the assessments and all of that just from adaptations. And then the third thing I circled, and they're like right next to each other, which also drives me crazy, but that's okay, is reflection and professionalism. And I just think that's really important, because to grow, or throughout this class I've really grown like through the reflections and having to think about how my lessons went and if they were successful or not successful, and why, and what worked and what didn't work. And I just think that's one of the key ingredients to being an effective teacher, is reflecting on your teaching and if it went well. And then professionalism is just really important being a teacher. And then after we circled those, then we were supposed to make the most important one, that little thing. So again, I put it on caring about your students. And then after that, we were supposed to write one word, and so I wrote can, and then we were supposed to circle it and paint everything else black. And I actually enjoyed painting everything else black, because my connecting lines were just driving me crazy. So painting everything black I think was helpful, but I still am not like a huge fan of the outcome, or like what it looks like now. But I did learn a lot through it, and it was really cool to just go through and see all of the meaningful things that we've learned in this class. But then just picking out the really important things that you believe in and why. And so can looks kind of silly on there, but maybe I should have wrote able or something like that. But and then afterwards we wrote on the back of it just describing it. And so this is what I wrote, and I'm kind of proud of this. So there are so many details and small bits to this class and teaching alike, It's important to know all of this information and learn the steps. However, in the midst of being overwhelmed, like I was during the thing when I was getting frustrated and such, it is important to focus on what you truly believe about teaching and about yourself. I have learned and I fully believe that everyone can. They can read, they can learn, they can do whatever it is they set their mind to. They can choose to succeed, they can choose not to succeed. And as a teacher, the most important thing is caring about your students and believing. If you don't care and you don't believe that they can, then does it matter to you if they succeed? So that's what I came up with to explain my board, and I thought it was good. I just think it's so important to care about your students as humans before you, and not to look at them as like projects and you're just trying to just install all of this information in them, but to look at them as humans and care about them as people first and then as learners, and just believing in them and knowing that they can be successful. So overall, I learned a lot in this project, but I did get frustrated several times. So that's all I have.